Behold the eternal glory of Jetfire!
I'm still shocked I got this for 12 bucks. Like, what? What? I mean, for the price I paid, this thing's amazing, but it retailed here for about 40 to 60, I think, in that range. I don't remember exactly. And now it goes for about 100 to 120 on average. So is it worth that price? Leader Class Jetfire came out in 2009 with the Revenge of the Fallen toy line, and it's an absolute monster of a toy. It's extremely massive in both its size and its build. I originally thought the version I bought was the Takara one because I got it from Japan, but it's just the Hasbro one with the Takara walking stick that I got instead of his Gatling gun, but like that's okay. I think the seller threw in the wrong accessory, but I don't really care. I do have a huge issue with this toy though, and I don't know if that has to do with mine being a used copy or it just being Jetfire, but the knees are hella weak. This guy's too heavy for these legs, because a lot of the mass up top, the panels, the thrusters, the electronics, it's all too heavy for this guy's legs. Kind of like MPM Starscream, but much worse. This toy is really kibbly, like really kibbly. And he didn't have this much kibble in the film from what I remember, and the Studio Series one does a much better job at managing that kibble better. No, I don't have the Studio Series one. Yes, I am trying to get one. It is very expensive, so you know. Normally, kibble doesn't bother me to an extent unless it's like a major detriment to the toy, and this one is. It's so much and so heavy that he falls over quite a lot. It's super annoying and why you won't really see him in a lot of poses in this video because it's just very hard to get him standing. Not that you can get him into anything dynamic anyways, the joints are very weird and the kibble gets in the way, especially in the arms. They're always bumping into the thrusters, causing like the nose cones to bend. It's kind of clunky and a little frustrating at times. The lower legs are very clunky, and because of the combination gimmick with Prime, which I don't have, they like to come apart a lot when trying to pose it. That and the ratchets are so loud that I annoy everybody in the house when I go to mess with this, so there's that too. It does have a striking presence though, like it stands out on a shelf quite a bit, even with its darker colors, because of how large it is. The toy kind of demands you look at it too when you walk into a room because that's how big it is. These panels on the shoulders love to pop off on my copy, and that's super annoying. They're the worst part of the transformation. You'll probably see them come off later, but I love how he just has his name stenciled on them. Like, look at me, bitch, my name's Jetfire. He has his cane, which is neat, but I wish it pegged into the hand as opposed to slotting into it. It kind of falls out a lot. And a gun, which I didn't get, but I got another cane that I've since misplaced. But he comes with a Gatling gun that's supposed to fire a missile. He also says,
Jetfire's my name. Jetfire's my name. Jetfire's my name. Jetfire's my name.
In the end, the toy is a big, clunky, kibbly mess that can't properly stand half the time. But it has a certain charm to it that makes me laugh. But so far, it doesn't feel $100 worth. Posing, oh god, filming this is gonna be a chore. Posing is okay, but like I said, you can't really use those joints properly because of the toy's weight and its foot design. The hands can open, which is cool, and the arms have this weird joint sculpted in that you'd think you could move and bend, but you can't. It's weird. And the legs are stiff at the hips, loose at the knees, the feet just come apart a lot. It's not the most fun thing to pose, but it's Jetfire. He didn't really do much dynamic other than fall over all the time and fart a parachute. Transforming it is just tucking the whole robot underneath the jet. It's this very Silverbolt transformation, which is to be expected considering the design and the limitations with the electronics and all that in the toy. But the transformation is simple in concept. However, it's very fiddly. With all the panels and the chunks colliding with each other, it's really annoying. The bits that fall off are annoying. The rubber bits that combine with Prime, they get in the way quite a bit. So it's a bit of a nuisance, but what you're left with is the best jet transformer that I own. This is my favorite plane. I love the SR-71 Blackbird. And this toy really looks good. Yeah, it's got underkibble, but at least the head ain't sticking out the front, right? Studio Series. The detail on this jet is great. One of the things I really like is how the wings of the jet, the bits that are sculpted in, are slightly bowing downwards like the real thing. I've seen the actual jet in real life, and it's huge, first of all. But I love that they actually included that detail, and that makes it even cooler. Fun fact, there is a small Jetfire display at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. At least there was when I went. They had Jetfire combined with Prime, bits of the script, props from the film in a glass case next to the plane. I just thought that was really neat. But the in real life Jet has its wings bowed down, like I said, and the toy is both sculpted that way and has the hinges there to let you get the rest of the wings into that state. It's a really nice attention to detail. I quite like it. He also has another whooshing sound here, but mine doesn't like to happen half the time I press the button, so there's that. The cane becomes landing gear, and that's really neat. However, because mine's loose, it tends to just tip forward a lot. Did I mention this thing's massive? Like, holy shit, it's massive. Like, holy shit, it's massive. This thing is larger than my friggin' forearm. It's so big. It's almost the size as Black Zarak. That's a lot. Which is why I'm scared to get the oversized KO of the Studio Series one, because for me, that'd be way too big. I wouldn't be able to display it anywhere. But it does look really nice. In the end, this is a mixed bag of a toy. The robot definitely hasn't aged well, but the alt mode is still great. It's a rather fiddly figure, but at a cheaper price than the Studio Series one on the secondary market, in most cases, it's decent. But is it worth the pickup? Like, you can get it brand new, like brand spanking new from a place like TF Toys, the regular leader and the movie The Best one for like 120-ish Canadian, I think. Which is okay, but I don't think it's really worth that much considering how good the Studio Series one is. I mean, if you really want the toy, like I did, then yeah. Or if you find it for fucking $12, then hell yeah. But 100 to 120, I'm not sure if that's totally worth it because of the hassle that it brings. If you can find it for maybe at most 70 or 80 Canadian, then I'd say go for it. But as it is, the $100 to $120 price that it goes for, I don't think is worth it. The Studio Series is more worth it at that point. But good luck trying to find that thing. I know I'm having trouble. But yeah, that's been my look at Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Jetfire. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.